Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. There's a whole bunch of news out there, and it's the only news that matters, and that's good news. So let's talk about it. Spiro Toys have launched their new Kickstarter for Series 2 of their Animals of the Warrior Kingdom, and yeah, okay, the first series, they look really great. I never got any in hand, because it's just very difficult to get hold of these things in Japan. But every single person that I saw talking about them was just singing their praises. So many top 10 lists from last year. I think Jay Hernandez had a couple of them in there, maybe D Amazing, Unparalleled Universe, did Chardamus Prime? I don't know, I'm just rattling off names now. But a lot of people were saying great things about them. And if some of those guys didn't say great things about them, then hey, don't fact check me. That's the worst thing you can do. Fact check model behavior. There's not enough hours in the day. But I love the look of these new ones. I mean, they look even more refined. They look just more kind of animated Saturday morning cartoon, but what you would want like a real thing to look like. It just, I'm really taken. I'm really taken by these. If I was in the UK or if shipping wasn't crazy, I would possibly go all in. Because I'm really blown away. So Spiro Toys, double thumbs up, man. Obviously, because it's a Kickstarter, that means that, you got to really get behind it. But I love getting behind smaller companies that are doing awesome looking things. And genuinely, these look kind of awesome. So I really hope that this all comes together and is super successful. Because dang it, judging by these pictures and images, it deserves to be. Before we go any further, a big shout out to the channel sponsor, Into the AM, who have provided me with this lovely graphic design t-shirt here and many others as well. And if you want to get hold of one, then you can do by clicking the link in the description below, going to Into the AM. If you click my link, you get an extra 10% off as well, which, considering that their prices are already ridiculously fantastic, an extra 10% off on that as well, you're laughing, mate. Including the fact that they also do bundles as well. You can get like 3 shirts for 60 bucks minus my 10%. That's ludicrous. And also, I'm following up on the offer that I made where I said, like, look, if you buy t-shirts from them, then that really supports this channel because they will continue to sponsor me, which is very nice. So as a thank you, if you send me your proof of purchase, I will draw a little bit of model behavior artwork for you and I'll post it off so you can go like, hey, Dave sucks at art, but it's kind of cute that he did this for me. That's the reaction I'm looking for. So gang, thank you very much for watching and thank you very much for supporting the show. And if you want to go a little bit further, get yourself a badass t-shirt from Into the AM. All right, enough shilling. Back to the news. The NECA animated Ninja Turtles Donatello's Lab diorama playset is available up for pre-order on the NECA website. And oh my goodness, it's very pretty. But you know what? It should be. It darn well should be. Because it's $300. That's a lot of scratch for an underground sewer lab. But I got to admit, it does look very, very pretty as well. So really, if you wanted to spend 300 bucks on this, I wouldn't begrudge you. Because the Ninja Turtles animated display, like, it looks so good. They've bulked out this just to an incredible level. Some of the most obscure characters, but their animated style, like, it sings to me, man. It really sings to me. So I wouldn't invest that much money myself in this because it's a little too rich for my blood. But if you wanted to go for it, you know what? I wouldn't begrudge you. However, I'm just holding fire for that Ramen Toys Musk Sewer Lair Street Scene diorama, which is actually probably going to be a bit more bang for your buck. It doesn't have the same kind of diorama pieces inside it, but the size and the scale, that might be the one I'm going to go for. But if you want that animated aesthetic, well, this is literally tailor-made for that. So with what they've already done with the other diorama set that they've got, you can mash those together. It's gonna look kind of amazing. So yeah, if you're a Ninja Turtles fan from NECA, this might be a no-brainer. McFarlane Toys have a new line of page punchers coming out, all Superman themed, Ghosts of Krypton. I don't know this story, but apparently Superman is haunted by a spectral vision of General Zod, who kind of looks like a green monkey, but okay. And yeah, we're getting 4 figures. So we're getting Superman in this kind of battle armor, which honestly does look kind of cool. It's funny that Henry Cavill is going and doing a 40k franchise, and this looks like Superman in Warhammer 40k type armor. Then we got this spectral General Zod, who looks a little odd. I think the proportions are all a little bit weird. The legs and the monkey-looking sort of face with the very simian kind of features. But hey, if it's based directly on the artwork, then fair play. You know, I'm not going to knock McFarlane for making a weird-looking figure if they made it intentionally, because that's what the artwork looks like. One thing I do always love, bit of translucent plastic, and that's what this guy has. Bright, luminous green. I kind of dig that. Then there's a Superman from, I think, an Earth 2, is it? You know me, I don't know my DC Earths, but it's another Superman. But I'm never a fan of McFarlane's human-looking characters. They look a little off to me. I don't know why, but just something about the aesthetic just doesn't sing to me. But then we got a Brainiac. And this Brainiac, this is McFarlane's wheelhouse. This is what they do good. It's a mech. Mechs, monsters, robots, demons, that's what McFarlane can really bring the thunder with. And this looks super fun. Even if you don't have a DC collection, you can throw this into any kind of like cosmic robot type display. That's kind of cool. So a bit of a mixed bag, but I do love waves that follow a theme or encapsulate one storyline. So that's kind of cool. So if you're DC fans, keep an eye out for these. Storm Collectibles have given full reveal images of their Street Fighter VI Ryu figure, and it's more Storm Collectibles Street Fighter. It's kind of gorgeous. You'd sort of expect that by now. Way more detailed, of course, than a lot of their earlier Street Fighter figures, because Street Fighter VI is way more detailed. This is what's commonly been referred to as like Daddy Ryu, kind of hunky, beardy kind of Ryu, and I can see the appeal, truth be told. Gonna be $90, so expensive, but then again, it's Storm Collectibles. That's kind of in line with what you would expect. At least they're not packing a giant dragon in with him to double the price. So this is very pretty. I don't need it. I'm not going down that Street Fighter rabbit hole. Jada's fine for me, but if you want something that's a bit more zhuzh, bit more high-end, then dang it, I can't fault it. It looks really pretty. Love the detail with the sash, the redesign there. It's very, very cool, I gotta say. I think Storm Collectibles have nailed this. Now, for the love of criminy, will you stop focusing on other franchises and finish your Streets of Rage lineup? That's all I'm asking for, Storm. Gimme Blade. Gimme Blade or gimme Death. I can't even get the name right. Blaze. Gimme Blaze or gimme Death. If they came out with a Blade figure, I'd be like, okay, Storm, checkmate. I did ask for that. Hiya Toys have another Godzilla from the Godzilla Kong, whatever it's called, Kingdom thing, movie. You know the one I'm talking about. It's the Godzilla Kong movie. They've got evolved Godzilla, or woke Godzilla. Godzilla's got woke, look, he's all pink now. People were genuinely saying that when they saw Godzilla with the pink spikes in the trailer. People were like, oh no, Godzilla's got woke. No, it's not. It's just an aesthetic while he's breathing fire and stuff. But nonetheless, I think it's kind of cool. It looks nice. Hiya Toys, they do very, very pretty figures, and this is a pretty looking figure. So there you go. Woke Godzilla. Put it on your shelf. I'm sorry, I amused myself. I don't know if I amuse you. If you've even got this far in the video, God bless you. Playmates Toys have shown a preview image of their original sketch Ninja Turtles. These look super, super fun, very nostalgic, because I remember seeing the exact sketch that these are based off of in one of the Turtles trade paperbacks in the late 80s. And just doing these, recreating them in three-dimensional form, that's so much fun, because they look super goofy, super ridiculous. I mean, they were designed as a parody, just for one of the artists to amuse the other. I can't remember if it was Eastman or Laird, regardless. It's really fun. So I'm going to keep a little eye out on this, because I got to admit, I got some serious FOMO right now. With the Mezco Turtles dropping and people posting their pictures and seeing reviews going up, I'm like, should have bought them. Should have bought them. But I didn't. But you know what? I could buy these, and they'll be a lot cheaper too, so I'm going to look out for the full reveals. These look like fun. And to populate your Donatello lab, you can get yourself an Evil Rex figure. This is the next animated creation coming from Neca. And yeah, looks super pretty again. My mental memory just about can recall the character of Rex from the cartoon, but we're going back nearly 40 years. So, you know, the old grey mare, she ain't what she used to be. But I do have a little bit of nostalgia for this design. I think by that time, by that age, I'd already seen RoboCop. God bless you, Mum. Thanks for letting me see these crazy films when I was a kid. So I think I had a lot of affinity for robot policeman characters. And yeah, really with Neca animated turtles, there's not really much more else to say because it's just more of the same. They're gorgeous. They look like three-dimensional representations of the characters, and that's all you really need. McFarlane Toys have shown off some Warhammer Relics action figures. Sorry, I tried to say Warhammer and Relics both at the same time there. Warhammer. But, man, you know, people say like, oh, you're such a Hasbro fanboy, you rag on McFarlane all the time. Nuh-uh. I just call them like I see them. And when I see these from McFarlane, I say, yes, you nailed it. This is how we do it. These look awesome. The Blood Angel, the Gene Stealer, the big hulky shoulder pad mech suits. I know they're not mech suits, they're just like armor, but whatever you want to call them awesome. Awesome looking action figures. These are amazing. This is what McFarlane does best, and I think that these are just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Great work. I'm looking forward to seeing these pop up in stores because, yeah, the Warhammer line from McFarlane, absolutely badass. And to celebrate Sting's retirement and earn a little extra scratch, because that's why we're in business, AEW Jazzwares have a 1 in 3,000 Sting figure. Like, that's what it's listed as, 1 in 3,000. I don't know what exactly that means, like 3,000 what? I can't tell you, but I can tell you it's a good looking Sting figure. I mean, it should be, it's $50. Maybe that's what the 1 in 3,000 means, like it's a real rarity. But I mean, if you want it, it's not that hard to find. You can go onto Jazzwares' website and you can order it, if it's still available. Maybe it's sold out. Maybe don't waste time watching this. If you want it, pause the video and open a few more windows and play some more model behavior videos. It really helps out. But then go and order this Sting figure, because honestly, it looks pretty good. 5K Toys have shown an interesting preview image of something that looks suspiciously like an anthropomorphic warthog. And I'm thinking what you're thinking. I am thinking what you think I'm thinking. Bebop, not Bebop, which hopefully means a whole line of not Ninja Turtles villains. Oh yeah. This could be something kind of cool. Unfortunately, could be something kind of expensive as well. Does Dave need more anthropomorphic animals in his collection? Yeah, probably. So there's only one little teaser image to go on, but dang it, this could be something quite fun coming up. SH Monster Arts Rathalos and Zingola. That was a word salad there, or at least a letter salad. I think some of them were in the right order. It's Bandai Monster Arts Monsters. Is this from Monster Hunter? I think it must be from Monster Hunter. I just want to show them off though, because it's funny, even if I don't know exactly what I'm talking about, the people who do still get the information they need, or at least they know to go and find it. Is this the world's worst news channel? It might be. It might be. I'll take the Pepsi challenge with anyone. But I see pretty pictures and I want to share them with you. And dragons are awesome. Dragons and skulls, those two things together, they look badass. That's probably why I have dragons and skulls tattooed on me. There you go. Yeah, it's a rich tapestry. So yeah, these look beautiful, and that's all I can add. Go check them out. Also from SH Figure Arts, they're doing an Ultraman and Emmy figure. I guess this is from a new Ultraman animated movie? It certainly looks like it. And honestly, this looks super fun. Because Ultraman, I mean, I'm not a Japanese child. I wasn't raised on Ultraman. So whenever I see characters, they always look kind of stiff and doesn't really do anything for me. But this lanky kind of animated style look, this looks super, super fun. So I actually really like the aesthetics of this with the cute little other character as well together, getting kind of an Iron Giant sort of vibe from it. I really dig that. I don't know what it is, but I like it. You know what was a garbage movie? Thor Love and Thunder. But you know who was an awesome villain, or could have been? Yeah, Christian Bale's Gorr the God Butcher. Such a missed opportunity there. He was wicked. He was in the wrong movie. Christian Bale was the only one who understood the assignment, or didn't understand the assignment, but Hot Toys understood the assignment, because they have made this gorgeous looking Gorr the God Butcher figure. I mean, gorgeous and terrifying. And that's what he should be. So if you want to immortalize one of the lowest points of the MCU, then you can do by picking this thing up. Because honestly, if you're a completionist, first of all, how can you afford to be an MCU Hot Toys completionist? Like, what South African diamond mine do you own? And how many people have to suffer so you can fill out your Detolfs? Because honestly, it might be worth it, because that collection's got to look badass. Also, Dave does not condone blood diamonds, all right? Just want to go on record there. Model behavior, vehemently against the sale and trade of blood diamonds. But Hot Toys, though, they do look awesome. So yeah, you gotta make the money however you can. Not an official political statement. Anyway, this looks really cool. Duart Studios, D-U-A-R-T Studios. I'm just saying that so you can look it up, because I don't have a link or anything. But they have made this awesome looking Street Fighter 2 diorama for all your Street Fighter characters, be they Storm Collectibles or Jada or even some of the older ones. This is up for pre-order, I do believe, so just go onto the little Google machine, Duart Street Fighter diorama, boom, you'll find it. And yeah, I look at this and my brain just hears the is that even the Ryu theme? I don't actually know if that's the Ryu theme. That was just the first theme that comes to my mind when I see it. Doesn't matter though, because this is the Ryu diorama set, and yeah, it looks really, really good. Go check it out. John Semper Jr. You might not know that name, but you do know what show he was a showrunner on, and that would be the 90s Spider-Man show. The greatest Spider-Man show of all time. Fight me on that, Spectacular Spider-Man fans. He has gone on record as saying that with X-Men 97 coming out, if Disney approached him and were like, hey, John Semper Jr., would you like to be showrunner on a new animated Spider-Man show continuing from the 90s one? He would say, you're damn right I do. Which is a complete non-story, but it's been doing the rounds a lot and people have been pointing it out to me. I'm like, dude, this is the same thing as, you know, the stories that say so-and-so actor would love to play this role. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure they would. It would be a massive cash cow and they'd get to do something they love. Like, I would love to play Victor Von Doom. It doesn't mean it's gonna happen. I would like to do it. But still, it's a nice idea because much like the X-Men, the Spider-Man animated show just kinda ended with a whole bunch of loose ends. So if X-Men 97 is successful, which I'm really hoping it is, then boy howdy, we could get an extension of Spider-Man, bring back the OG voice cast, wrap up all the loose ends. I'd be so happy. So even though it's a non-story, still can't help but get excited about it. Comic publisher Dynamite Entertainment are doing a big celebration of Terminator's 40th anniversary. And when I heard that, I thought, that can't be right, because I was alive before Terminator even came out. It can't possibly be 40. Oh no, it's definitely 40 years. I'm getting old. But to celebrate this, they are re-releasing in physical form a whole bunch of Terminator trade paperbacks and stories and comics that have been out of print for decades. And this is kind of cool. They haven't done an official reveal yet, but you can sign up to be notified. But hey, look, you watch Model Behavior, you'll know about it. You can buy a lot of these digitally, but I know people like the physical media. I've read most of these stories, and what's really fun about them is that a lot of these stories were written and produced before Terminator 2 came out. So you actually get like an alternate sequel to the original Terminator, where you get a story and an extension of the franchise that isn't based on anything that came after the original '84 movie. So that's really cool. It's a really fun take on what might have been a Terminator sequel. So when the full reveals come out, you'll know all about it here, but genuinely, it's cool to see these little treasures from the archives brought back into the world. You know me, I'm a big Godzilla fan, and IDW are doing a Best of Destroyer comic book, and Destroyer is one of my favorite kaiju villains in the Godzilla universe, right up there with Biolante. Just a couple of horror type characters. Because a lot of the Godzilla opponents, they can be a little bit goofy sometimes. But Destroyer is just like, what if Godzilla was a roidy Magoo demon from hell with bat wings? Boom! There you go. Also pepper in a little bit of aliens in Jurassic Park as well. He has like little mini destroyer type villain character creatures that hunt people down like velociraptors. It's a good time, man. I love classic Godzilla. So this comic book looks kind of tailor-made for me. I might have to pick this one up. Marvel have revealed their new cadre of big bads in the comic book universe. I got my notes in front of me because I want to read them off. We've got Blood Hunt coming up this summer, which is the huge big crossover event that's all vampire themed, and we got some vampire-based villains, and this looks so cool. So this is the Blood Coven, and it looks like the leader is someone called Smoke Eater. And of course, everyone that I'm looking at here, I'm just thinking, these are going to be some banging Marvel legends if they ever make them. Smoke Eater, Damascene, okay, that's kind of okay. I like the angular look of Damascene, like they're a walking gem or diamond. That's kind of cool. Then Cruel, who looks like they're just made out of barbed wire. That's nasty. Unusual, I don't know about that name. That's from the random name generator right there. Megrim looks kind of cool. It looks very Mask of the Red Death in Megrim. And then if you want to build a figure, Bloodstorm 1. What I really love about Bloodstorm 1 is the scary, like, statue face. Those kind of statue type faces, I recognize that from masks in like Gladiator and stuff. It just looks kind of soulless and terrifying. So these are some really cool looking character designs here. I'm not a big vampire guy, but I might have to give Blood Hunt a look, because just from these character designs alone, I think it might be a lot of fun, at least visually. They're onto some good things here. Over in pro wrestling news, AEW Revolution was a couple of days ago, and the big story, of course, was Sting's retirement match. And honestly, it was everything you could have ever wanted it to be. What a wonderful way for an incredible career to close, with the wrestler going out on his own terms, in his own way, in front of a rapturous audience. It was wonderful. It really was. But the best part for me, I think for a lot of people, was Sting's entrance, where before he comes out, first of all, one of his sons comes out as the Surfer Sting in the original gear, apparently, that he wore in the 90s. It wasn't remade. This was the OG kit that he wore. Comes out, bleached blonde hair, the red, white, and blue. That was amazing. And then his other son comes out as Wolfpack Sting from the NWO in the late 90s, before finally the Ultimate Crow version of Steve Borden's Sting comes out. It looked like the Sting multiverse had come together. Absolute mwah, chef's kiss. God bless you, AEW, for setting this up, and Steve Borden for going out the right way. That is just one of those moments that makes me love being a pro wrestling fan. That was awesome. More and more news is coming out about the upcoming Alien movie, and just the more I hear about it, the more dark and nasty and visceral and horrific it sounds. And look, blood and gore doesn't guarantee a good movie, but it helps. And recently there was an article put out where someone from the cast and crew was saying they were filming a scene which was hard for people to watch. Like, the people on set found it difficult to actually look at what they were filming, and I'm like, oh, give me more of that. And then someone else pointed out that in a little preview kind of teaser image where they showed a face hugger wrapping around a clipperboard, they highlighted the fact that the face huggers now have little barbed spikes on their fingers, so when they latch onto your face, it's gonna like dig in. I'm like, oh, that's visceral and nasty. And look, I think the reason why I'm such a nerd for gory, nasty alien stuff is because, look, I was in my formative years when we had to sit through the Alien vs. Predator movie, where it's like, you know, what if the aliens were made by Disney and they could be on lunchboxes? And it's like, come on, give me the grim, visceral horror. It looks like that's what they're bringing to the table, so I'm gonna be here for it. A first teaser image has been released for Tron 3, the upcoming Tron movie, and it looks exactly what you would expect. A whole lot of neon and lights on a suit and kind of badass. I haven't actually watched any of the Tron, new movies. I saw the original a billion times when I was a kid back in the 80s. Loved it. I mean, genuinely, that was breathtaking, cutting-edge special effects for the mid-80s. Now it's very cute and kitsch. But I might have to dive in and watch the first two and kind of get into it, because I think what put me off was it all looked like so CGI. It just felt like, am I even watching like a real movie? But enough people seem to enjoy this that I'm thinking, okay, there might be something here. So yeah, I might watch the first two and get on board for this third one. Xbox is releasing a SpongeBob SquarePants Xbox Series X, and I mean, if you want it, I mean, they're both rectangular, I guess it makes sense. Hey, look, it's your money. Spend it however you want. To celebrate the 10th anniversary of The Last of Us, they have released a vinyl box set of the music. The music is beautiful. Sometimes I'll just put that on in the background because I just love listening to it while I'm pottering about my room. But the full package looks stunning. The artwork on there, I'm not a music guy, I don't have a vinyl collection or anything, but I appreciate a great looking product when it's put together. And yeah, the aesthetics of this, the design, really, really pretty. I know it's available on the IGN store. I think it might be available elsewhere. But nonetheless, if you love your music, your vinyls, and of course The Last of Us, this is a really nice set you might want to get your hands on. Mwah! Looks gorgeous. In Creator Corner, I've got some creations, but I don't have a creator. I've seen these pictures circulating online, and they're so cool I wanted to share them, but I don't know who's responsible for them. But Batman the Animated Series style movie posters of all the movies that have come out. Yeah, that sings to me. I love a mashup. My brain is so happy when it sees one thing and it sees another thing and then they're smooshed together. My brain's like, that's a thing, but that's the thing done in the other thing's style. Oh, that sings to me when that happens, and it should do. I mean, look at it. I almost paused for a second because there wasn't a creator listed. I thought, is this like an AI thing? I don't know. I don't think so. So if you know who made these, let me know, because I want to give credit where it's due, because these are wicked. These are absolutely awesome, and I wanted to point them in your direction. Hideo Kojima, most famous for creating Metal Gear Solid and of course Death Stranding and Kojima Studios, does a fun series of movie reviews on his X account, and he recently did Madam Web, but instead of writing a full review, he simply wrote, "Went to theater, saw Madam Web." That was it. 6 words. I think they were in that order, if I can remember correctly, but I thought it was kind of fun and sassy and salty that I'm pretty sure he decided to put as much effort into that review as he felt the makers of the movie put into their product. So sometimes saying less is more, and Kojima kind of nailed it. Over in Artist's Corner, shout out to Chuck Art on Instagram. Oh my goodness, bright, popping Disney-style designs, but with that beautiful pencil-drawn style aesthetic. I know it's like a digital pencil, but nonetheless, it's gorgeous. And this is legit artwork. This ain't AI. Because at first I was like, oh, it's so prolific, it's done so much. This is AI. No, apparently not. Actually, he shows, just like any good scientist, he shows his work. He's like, no, this ain't AI. Look at me drawing and sketching out these nice little pictures, and you know what? They are really nice pictures. It's just the kind of aesthetic that sings to me. Bright, buxom, cheesecakey, but still kind of wholesome, fun. Animated, but not overly animated. Like I said, that sort of Disney kind of aesthetic, but very dynamic and coming at you. Yeah, Chuck, keep up the great work, man, because this is the kind of artwork I really, really dig. Because it's animated enough to be fun, but realistic enough to still be intense. That's where the sweet spot is. Over in Cosplay Corner, I want to give a big shout out to Hannah Ame. Check out her work, it speaks for itself, and while it's speaking for itself, I'm going to speak for Into the AM, who are sponsoring this channel. If you want to help out model behavior and help out your wardrobe, then you can go over by clicking the link in the description below. You get 10% off for going through model behavior, and you really help out the channel, because if they make sales through that link, then guess what? They're going to keep on sponsoring me, which means that eventually I'll be able to quit my day job and I can do YouTube full time. And then, well, actually, is it physically possible for me to make more content? I don't know. I don't know if you guys have enough time in the day to watch it, but that's the dream regardless. So gang, thank you so much for helping out the channel, and shout out to this incredible cosplay artist, because man, yeah, there's quite a bit of eye candy there. Dude, I always get a little breathless at the end of these videos, because you can see I'm going a mile a minute, but I get excited about what I talk about. I get excited about cool toys, I get excited about badass cosplay, and I get excited about wicked t-shirts. And when you put all of those together, it's a good time to be breathless. So gang, thanks very much, and thank you, our cosplay artist, for bringing the thunder. Keep up the great work. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond in supporting the show, you can either go to Into the AM and pick yourself up a t-shirt, or you can go over to the Patreon or the channel members section, join up there, and you can get a whole bunch of exclusive videos, and also just, you get to know that you're helping out Dave. And look at this face. Who wouldn't want to help this little guy out? So gang, thank you for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior. Actual, like, proper YouTuber. Like, I got a sponsor, and it's not Manscaped or one of the, AV. Shoot, I was doing so well.